Well, I thought just once again, incredible atmosphere for women's basketball. I think over 3,000. What do we have? 30? Doesn't say on here, but I know it's over 3. That whole lower bowl was packed and incredible atmosphere to play in and compete in. And so thankful for Beaver Nation come out and supporting us like they did. And hats off to Washington. They played, I thought, just a great basketball game. I thought they defended us very well, made things tough on us. And then, they're so hard to stop. And they transitioned well, but I thought our team, as the game wore on, I thought we adapted to it. And it felt like one of those games where maybe we could get away from them, and then as soon as that happened, next thing you know, they made a couple plays, and it's either back to a 3-point game, 2-point game, and then they finally got the lead. But I thought we showed a ton of heart, just like we did the other night in closing this one out. Executed well down the stretch on both ends of the floor, got the rebounds we needed. And so I thought it was just another gut check game, but just showed the character of this team. And, we've got a long ways to go. And I think we're going to learn a lot from this weekend. Fortunately, we got 2 wins, and we move on.
Ruth, Jamie, you guys maybe last year at this time, thinking back at this before you guys went on a run, might have struggled to win these 2 games. Does these 2 games and what you guys are able to do down the stretch kind of show how far you guys have come as a team?
I think it's for sure an indicator of that. Last year like you said, we probably would have known the plays to make down the stretch, but I feel like we just have this instilled confidence in ourselves that we know we're going to make the right plays down the stretch. We just know what it feels like to win these games and know how to do it.
Could you talk about anybody up there about, an offensive game, but yet Allie had that huge defensive play late game. I thought that was one of the keys, and are you happy to see it turn on a defensive play like that?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked, actually, the 2 words I said before she took the court, or right as she was before the game, I said make plays. Make plays. A year ago, Allie was struggling going into our Washington game and actually struggled the first few minutes of the game, and I can picture it vividly, kind of getting on her on the bench and just saying, we need you to make plays for us. I mean, these guys are just so calm and so comfortable defensively, and that's who Allie is. She's gritty, tough defender. She makes every hustle play and that you can ask a player to make. And she made one in the first half that was actually very similar, where they swept the ball down kind of close to the floor, and she jumped on it and took it from them. And then that same play, towards the end of the game was just huge for us. And so we needed that grit, and she brought us that toughness. It's who she is.
Ruth, can you just talk about facing the Washington defense versus facing Washington State? It seems like they threw a much different defensive scheme at you. They were really swamping you whenever you got there.
Yeah, it was definitely a different look. Washington State, they decided to guard me one-on-one, whereas here they were bringing the weak side defender to help. So it kind of was something for me that I had to adjust to, and I thought that in the end we kind of were able to sort it out fairly well.
Did that open things up on the perimeter, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. That gives us more looks, especially the kick out, and then there's going to scramble situation and close out, and we attacked that.
Jamie, how much have you been kind of feeling at 25 Friday, 26 tonight? It just seemed to be hitting some big shots and looked like you're really confident taking them.
Yeah, that's what I feel like my team needed from me this weekend, and they got me the ball, and definitely they helped in on Ruth a lot, and so it opened up the outside for me to hit open shots.
Jamie and Ruth, to take nothing away from Washington, because they're a really good team, but is this pretty much what you expect where Oregon State is nationally? You're going to get this kind of effort from every team you play, regardless where they are in the standings?
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a huge target on our back. Being ranked in the top 10 in the nation, you're going to get everyone's best effort every night.
Just to continue on that, Neighbors was saying that this is the deepest and the best he's ever seen in Pac-12. Could you comment on that?
Well, I agree. Typically you've got Stanford at the top and somebody else next, and it's been various teams over the years, in that role. And right now there could be a number of people in that role. And, today Arizona State beats Stanford. Who's done that? Cal got them a couple years ago, but, there's teams that are capable of playing with them. It took overtime for them to beat Washington State, talking about Stanford, and Washington had a chance to win that game other than a bank 3 last weekend, and so everybody can play. And this team, I wanted to say rivalry right there because it kind of feels like that with Washington. But even in this series, everybody's veteran now. We've seen Jasmine Davis grow, as a player from her freshman year. Now she's a veteran. Talia Walton is a veteran. You add Kelsey Plum, this is her second year in it. And our team is similar. These are all juniors. Allie's a senior, so you've seen this group of young, talented players grow, and that's the same throughout our conference, you know. And so there's no nights off, you know, and that's what makes it what, you know, in my opinion, the best conference in the country, top to bottom.
Is it weird not seeing Stanford on top?
Yeah, they have been for 14 years, right, at least. And before that, maybe that was just a one year. And before that, they were there for probably 10 others. And so, so that's a unique thing. Nobody's seen that. You know, show me the standings. I haven't even seen it still. You know, and so, and anybody can beat anybody. That's the beauty of it. You know, and so it's a fun time for our conference.
You guys closed, I think, whatever it was. They went by 3. You limited 2 points over like the last 6 minutes. Defensively, we talked about Ali's play, but just that whole last 6 minutes defensively, you guys were able to keep them from doing what they wanted to do.
Well, I think the whole game, with the exception of transition, you know, and that was our Achilles heel tonight, and that is what they did a great job of. You know, they turned every mistake we made, whether it was a turnover or a bad shot, into points at the other end, it felt like. And that's what I mean by we couldn't get away from them. You know, we'd get up 8, and then we'd have a turnover, or we'd take a shot maybe that didn't go down, and they'd turn it into a bucket or a foul and free throws at the other end. And so, but when this game was played in the quarter court, in the half court, 5-on-5, I loved our effort tonight. You know, we had some miscommunication early in this game on a couple things we were trying to do, and then that got better. And as the game wore on, you know, I thought our defense was phenomenal. And so just really proud of that. We were very disciplined, and this team is so potent that you have to be. And I think our effort was elite in that area.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.